Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another Perry's Inside Scoop, brought to you by Perry's, the official ice cream of Syracuse Athletics, along with Dino Babers. I'm Matt Park. Great to have you along. Heading into a dome stand, 3 games in a row for the Cuse at home. After opening with a road win at Ohio, Rutgers comes in. And, Coach, there's so much to get into related to this game. We've been looking forward to it for an awfully long time, but I'm sure it's exciting to get into it coming off a road W. It's been a minute since you guys have had that feeling.
You know, it's been a while, and it was a good road win, but we understand the importance of this game versus Rutgers. They had the opportunity of winning also at home versus Temple, and now we've got 2 Northeast schools going back at it again.
They only put up 61 points. We'll get into that in a second. Being back at home, I know you've been asked about it a million times. What tangible bounce is there for your team? A lot of them haven't experienced this situation. We don't know quite what to expect on Saturday, but the fans that are there are going to have chosen to be there. They're going to be loud and proud, and your guys will get a little home atmosphere for the first time.
You know what? I think it's really important. We've got freshmen that have never played in front of our fans before, so I think they're going to be hyped. I think it's also a unique experience for Rutgers coming in because we're the only Power 5 school in America with a dome, so a lot of those kids have never played in a dome before. I think it's going to be an interesting contest, and we're looking forward to it.
It's hard to call back on experience. While, yes, you do have some experienced players, it's close to half the roster that haven't been in this environment, and it's really no different for Rutgers going on the road. Of course, with Rutgers being in the Big Ten, they've had different environments as well that have challenged them. All right, so this is 9/11, 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks. If I'm not mistaken, you were at Texas A&M at that time. Military tinge to that institution. Can you take us back to that time in your mind, and how has that been dealt with in the team room this week?
You know, we try to stay away from it. You know, we've got, all of us has got our personal experiences along with our players as well. But we're at Texas A&M. We were breaking down, getting ready for a game, and you know, R.C. Slocum came in and told us that we needed to get out of our meeting and watch something on TV, which is unheard of for a head football coach during game week. And we went and we saw the first tower burning. And he said, and we were all sitting there under the assumption that some plane had accidentally ran into the tower. And while we were watching the first one burn, we actually saw the second one go into the tower. And once that happened, I mean, my military background, us being at a military ROTC institution and all that stuff, I mean, it definitely flipped the switch that this is no accident. And we're about to get after somebody because somebody's attacked us on our own soil.
Yeah, Coach Dino told a story this week as well. They could see smoke and burning from the Rutgers practice field back then. And I know you've got at least a couple players on your team with personal connection. There was a former Syracuse player that was lost in 9/11. A parent of one of your players was lost in 9/11. It's not lost on anybody, right, that it's New York, New Jersey this week.
Yeah, you know what? A.J. Calabro, your dad passed away in there. He was a firefighter, and just another one of those deals where he was done with his shift, driving home, found out about it, didn't have to go back, went back, and what a noble thing. Guys running towards the fire. You know what I mean? Not running away from it, and it affects you whether you're a firefighter, police officer, military, or American.
Sure.
You know, the stuff affects you.
Apart from, national tragedy, in that case 20 years ago, and we'll be remembering a lot of the impact of that. The first game here at Syracuse was a huge game in the state of New York and that type of thing, and a big rallying opportunity for the community. Set even that aside, New York, New Jersey, and seeing Greg Schiano and that the scarlet and black coming in here, this is a big deal for a lot of people, and it has maybe a ripple effect for you. This is always going to be a recruiting ground.
You know, it's going to always be a recruiting ground, but it's, I get it. I get it, and there's a lot of history behind it, and the communities are involved, and the universities are involved, and it should be some fun too.
Yeah, sure. All right, a couple football notes this week. Deuce Chestnut was the ACC Defensive Back of the Week. What an incredible debut he had. Late in the game, gets an interception on an overthrow with a nice acrobatic catch, but set the tone early, didn't he? I think 3 of the first 4 plays that Ohio ran were to his side, and he stifled them.
Best game I've ever seen out of a freshman on opening day. Really, excited about that performance. Now he needs to back it up. Everybody's got an eye on him, and now they're not going to treat him like a rookie. They're going to go after him a little bit. Let's see how he holds up, and we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Were you pleased coming off a road game, winning by 20? Obviously, you're pleased with that. Last week we sat here and talked about you're going to play 2 quarterbacks. You didn't have to show your hand there. You didn't really have to commit to going deep into the playbook and a bunch of other things. Do you feel better about that now going into the Rutgers game, coming off of how Ohio was won?
You know, I feel good. We did the things we needed to do. We got away with 1 sack. Fantastic job by the offensive linemen. They got to wash a little mud off their face running the football a little bit, which I'm excited about. Sean Tucker got off a little bit. Our defense kept a Division I football team out of the end zone. And in today's times, that's big. And then special teams ran through without a hitch. It's going to be a different game. The competition's different. We're playing up. And, we need to be ready to match that, not only physically, mentally, but with the intensity as well.
All right, Coach, thanks for the visit as always. Best of luck. Be a big one on Saturday, certainly in the Dome here at 2 o'clock.
Thanks, Matt.
It is that 2 o'clock kickoff. Again, just a reminder for those of you that are coming to the game, keep in mind you're going to want to show up a little bit early to take care of some of the protocol there. Have proof of vaccination handy. You can have that right in your phone. You can have your tickets in your phone. A lot of different cashless opportunities too in terms of the way you can make your transactions here. But if you do come early, check out the quad. There's some food trucks and some other things going on to help your enjoyment of the game on Saturday.